Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. I want to talk a bit about BEN SHALOM because, BOXXER are without a home now. BOXXER being BEN SHALOM's promotional company. They did have that deal with Sky that expired. It ran out. Sky chose not to renew it, which of course is their right. But it's not so much that. It's not so much, where will BOXXER go now? Can they stay in the game? It's kind of the reaction to it, which is almost one of glee in some quarters, that BEN SHALOM and BOXXER seem to be struggling to stay in the game, certainly struggling to, to remain relevant in terms of, being the third biggest promotional outfit after Matchroom and Queensberry. Then, now look, it seems pretty logical to me that the more promoters you have, the better it is. Because if you're one of those people that is a devotee of the capitalist model, which I'm not, but if you are, then the best results for the public will inevitably be through competition, because competition will control inflationary price rises and so on. But no. Some people are glad. I don't know why, but some people are glad that BEN SHALOM is under the cosh. Now, maybe it's just because they don't like him, because they think he comes across as being a bit creepy, or they just don't like the tone of his voice, or I don't know, whatever reason you care to pull out your rear end. Fine, get on with it. But you do realise that not only are we potentially losing a major promotional force, but also are Sky going to stay in boxing? And that's a bad thing too if they bow out. Why would you want there to be less platforms for boxing? Why would you want there to be less promoters in boxing? Don't we want more platforms with more boxing on, more promoters, all vying for the attention of fighters? All, competing with each other, not as a cartel like the old system of 50 years ago that some of us remember, but, they're all trying to, undercut each other price-wise so that we, the punters, get a better deal, and they're trying to put on better quality shows. And if you don't have competition, if you have too much power concentrated in any one individual place, that's bad for business. It's bad for quality of the product, if that's what you want to call boxing, a product, and it's bad for the punter, for the person who's putting their hand in their pocket to fork over their hard-earned money. This can only be a bad thing. I don't understand this devotion to, or this. Well, hate's an overused word, isn't it? But this sort of sneering contempt that some people seem to have, the delight, the fact that BEN SHALOM and BOXXER might be about to maybe not go out of business, but they're certainly going to slip down the pecking order. Now, SHALOM has talked about having some special deal waiting in the wings, and a lot of people have speculated that this might be a deal that BOXXER are going to cut with the BBC regarding showing fights and cards on iPlayer. I don't know I know how it would work, but I don't know. It seems like a strange platform, iPlayer. And it also begs the question, are the BBC going to fork out for these, site fees for various rights? How much are they going to pay? Are they going to put their hands in their pockets deep enough for this to be viable, financially viable? Because don't forget, BOXXER, I don't know how for much longer that they'll have these fighters, but they have Lauren Price, who I wouldn't be surprised if she went over to MVP, where all the other female fighters are going. They've got Ben Whittaker, who came back with a good win over Liam Cameron after that strange sort of belly flop, or he did, a dying swan act he did in their first fight. Well, he's still got some potential again. And you've got, who else is it? Fraser Clark. I mean, you know that Queensberry have been hoovering up all those heavyweights. What's the betting that Fraser might not end up in, in the Queensberry stable of heavyweights? They've just signed Tony Yoka. Why not Fraser Clark as well? What about Joshua Buatsi? He's already said, I'm a free agent now. He won't be going with BOXXER anymore. This seems to me to be, well, obviously very, very bad for BOXXER. But also, I'm actually quite sad about it. I wanted BOXXER to succeed. I want Ben Shalom to succeed, just like I want Matchroom and Queensberry and GBM and all the others to succeed, in the sense that they're fighting each other. Because for the reasons that I gave earlier, I want there to be competition. I want prices to be forced lower so that we, the people, the lifeblood of the sport, which is the people that hand over the money, so that we actually get a good deal. Instead of the whole thing, the whole sort of system cannibalizing itself, and you end up with 1 or 2, 3 at the most promoters who end up working together, and therefore you have a newly formed cartel system by another name, maybe. No, I don't want that. I want there to be, serious competition. More platforms coming into boxing, not less. And I think anything that's the opposite of that is bad, actually bad for boxing long term. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you regard this as an issue? What do you feel about BOXXER? What do you feel about Ben Shalom? I don't think. They didn't exactly tear up any trees at Sky, but then they were following Matchroom and Hearn, who were very, very successful. So, but where else can they go? I mean, BT Sports, or whatever it's called now, TNT. What the fuck's it called now? BT Sports. Well, I've forgotten it. Where Warren and Queensberry were previously. There was some talk that perhaps they go over there, but that seems like a better platform than BBC iPlayer. Anyway, I don't know. You let me know what you think. Comments below, please. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new, because we have regular videos every day. All right, ladies and gents, looking forward to reading what you've got to say. Bye for now.